on guys, my name is Aiden, and today I'll be reviewing all of the Aiden albums, from best to worst in my opinion. Before we start, I have two Aiden albums, our Gangstack Oath, and Nightmare Anatomy. Now the music in this video is not from Aiden, or something to do with Aiden. I couldn't find any music that's similar to Aiden, so I just found some music on YouTube audio library. Now, I'm going to start with what I like to call the golden era of Aiden. Now, what do I mean by the golden era? The golden era, in my opinion, is the three best Aiden albums in my opinion. And the three best Aiden albums in my opinion is, well, first, Nightmare Anatomy. Sorry if you can't see that right, because it's because of a light from outside. Then it's our Gangstack Oath. And then it's the Rain in Hell EP, which I do not own on disc. So first, I'll be reviewing Nightmare Anatomy. Then afterwards, Rain in Hell. And then, our Gangstack Oath. Alright, so my first album I'll be talking about is Nightmare Anatomy. I got the disc, I bought it for like £5. Fucking sick. Should be on the screen now. This is my favourite album from Aiden. My favourite. In my opinion, it's just like our Gangstack Oath, but better. Even better. And the songs I like on here is Knife Blood Nightmare. That is a very upbeat screamo-like song, so if you like screamo songs with a bit of melodic riffs, then that's for you. The Last Sunrise, possibly my favourite song on the album. My favourite song on the album. You know, like that catchy riff in the intro. And I think when Will says, "My sunrise, the last sunrise." Not singing again, but basically it's very catchy. Die Romantic. I know it was very popular in MySpace days. It's another scream-along song. So, Nightfall Nightmare, The Last Sunrise, and Die Romantic, scream-alongs. Genetic, Designed for Dying, another good track. I described that as a progressive-like track. Breathless is okay, I didn't like it that much. Unbreakable. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I do like it. I like it, but not loads, you know. It's Cold Tonight. The intro sounds like something out of a Castlevania game, you know. But no, it's just okay too. Enjoy the View, didn't like very much. Goodbye, We're Falling Fast. Just like The Last Sunrise, it has another catchy intro. This is probably the most catchiest song on the album. I love it. Fucking love it. So, out of this 11-track album that came out in 2005, I only like 6 of these songs. The rest are just either okay or I just don't like them very much. So yeah, but no, this in my opinion is the best Aiden album. Now next, we are going to talk about the second best Aiden album. Well, Rain in Hell. It's an EP, but some people call it an album, some people call it an EP, but basically, yep, Rain in Hell is next. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, our Gangstack Oath. Even though it's an EP, or for some reason on Spotify it's just known as a single, apparently it's an EP. Anyways, I say this is like Nightmare Anatomy Part 2. You know, this is done like, I think, a year later. This came out in 2006. It has 6 tracks. And I like about 4 of them. For Suffering. You know, the intro is just very catchy again. Love it. You should listen to it. I don't know how to describe it, but the melodic chant, burn your friends, and like a melodic riff just plays in the background. It's just so good. We Sleep Forever, another popular song. Probably one of the best songs to have, you know. Melodic, it's chill, smooth, you know. Sorry, I'm not the best for describing. White Wedding. I like it, but it doesn't seem like an Aiden song. Even though it's a cover, I heard it's a cover of a band. It sounds like a surf rock song. And that riff that plays in the background. I don't know. Basically, listen to White Wedding by Aiden. It doesn't sound like an Aiden song, if that makes sense. But my favourite song on this album, and possibly one of my favourite songs of all time by this band, is the song Die Die My Darling. It's a Misfits cover, but my god. A Misfits song and an Aiden's a Misfits cover in an Aiden release sounds good. They both sound really, really good together, and it's awesome. In my opinion, it's a bit better than We Sleep Forever, just a bit better. And Silent Eyes, it's okay, but it's not something I would listen to again. But yeah, overall, in the best way I can explain it, Rain in Hell, despite being an EP, not an album, it's my second favourite release from Aiden. Next, we have Our Gangstack Oath. Okay, now we are going to review Our Gangstack Oath. Just showing it again one more time. I got this on DVD. This is the DVD. I got this on CD. This is the first Aiden album I've got. I think it cost me like £3 in my local game shop. Pretty good though. So the songs I like, well, first of all, before I talk about the songs, for the American audience, on screen there's the old cover, and for like worldwide, but specifically in Europe, it's the red cover, you know. So this is basically a 2006 re-release, as the original came out in 2004. Anyways, it came out in 2006, the European version. It has 11 songs, and I like almost every song on here. So, Our Gangstack Oath, not a song, but probably the best intro I've heard from this band. The songs I love the most, I'd probably say The Dawn Breaking Tide, I Set My Friends on Fire, probably the heaviest song from this album, Pledge Resistance. For me, it sounds like if Green Day went emo for some reason, if you listen to the song Pledge Resistance. Bridge of Reason, Shore of Faith. Okay song, I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just good. Life I Left Behind. Sorry, I just got a cold. I don't know how else to describe it. They're okay, they're both okay songs. Looking Glass Eyes and 15. So those are okay, but the songs I recommend the most, or you know, the song you should listen to in my opinion, is The Dawn Breaking Tide, I Set My Friends on Fire, Pledge Resistance, and Bridge of Reason, Shore of Faith. Kid Becomes a Dream and Cold December and World by Storm, personally didn't like. Then after that, I'll be reviewing the Silver Era. These eras, they're not named by fans, it's just like specific points in time of a band that I like to describe them as. The Silver Era is, to me, the band's albums that's not as good as the first three. Then the Bronze Era, in my opinion, is like the albums that I liked the least, but I still enjoy listening to anyways.
How the hell you doing? I've been just fine living life.
Alright, the Silver Era. What do I mean by the Silver Era? The Silver Era, or the stuff that's not as good as the other albums, but still kind of hold up. I'll be reviewing 3 albums, what I like to call from the Silver Era, and I think they are Knives, Some Kind of Hate, and Disguises. But first, let's do Disguises.
With the new sand in my mind.
Alright, Disguises. Disguises is possibly my 4th favourite release from Aiden. This came out in 2011. It has 11 songs. And I like this. It kind of sounds like hard rock with like a metalcore riffs here and there. It's pretty good. Personally, this is like the best of Aiden's later releases. In the silver tier, anyways. The silver tier of the Silver Era. Fucking hell. I just like to call it the Silver Era. Yeah, so this is at the top of the Silver tier. I'll get up with this one. The songs I like is Horror Queen, Mere Violent, Conversion, Portrait of the Artist, Hysteria, Perfect Muse, Revolver, or Walk Among the Dead. But Horror Queen, it sounds like a hard rock sound with metalcore riffs. I like it. I really do like it. This is probably like Aiden's hard rock album. Something. The songs I don't like is, well, The Devil's Eyes, Shine, and Radio.
All I hear is music, watching your mouth.
Okay, so we have Some Kind of Hate. This came out the same year as Disguises in 2011. This came out in 2011. It has 10 songs. And this is my 5th favourite release. I'm guessing. Count. Wait. From the top. Nightmare Announcement. Yeah, so this is not as good as Disguises. It's kind of mediocre. But I do like the songs There Will Be Blood, Broken Bones, and Freedom for Religion. But Broken Bones is a solid song. Freedom for Religion sounds cool. I don't really like religion, but I do like the song though. And There Will Be Blood, I like it. But everything else, it just sounds like this album sounds like something Green Day would make if they became emo again with the emo lyrics. But yeah, Some Kind of Hate, didn't like it that much. And now, the last of the Silver tier, Knives. Okay, so we got Knives. Knives, probably my 3rd least favourite. Or my 6th favourite release. But no, this is kind of lower in the tier list or the ranking. It's just kind of shit, to be honest. Like, I understand what they were trying to do. In 2007, they released Conviction, which was a bit of a letdown, in my opinion. And to some fans might think of it too, but Conviction was just basically them experiments with like indie or pop punk, but no, I didn't like. Conviction is my least favourite. I'm just gonna say it now, it's my least favourite in my opinion. Knives, it sounded like if Conviction was just being heavy, you know. I didn't like it that much. But I did like the songs Killing Machine, Let the Right One In, and Scavengers of a Damned. Yep, I like those 3 songs. That's it. I got no other recommendations. Knives, in my opinion, is kind of shit. And now we got 2 albums left. The Self-Titled album in 2015 and Conviction. So next is the Self-Titled album.
Everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic name.
Before this section of the video, I was kind of wrong. I think Conviction is slightly better than the new Self-Titled album. Jesus Christ. The Self-Titled album, I think it has, I don't know how many songs it has, I think it has 13 songs. It came out in 2015, possibly the last, I think it's the last Aiden album, until they disbanded in 2016, I think. But no, the Self-Titled album, I didn't like that much, I didn't like at all. No songs in there I liked. Literally none. So, sorry about that. Self-Titled, my least favourite album. It's not on Spotify, but you can find it on YouTube, but I think if I'm right, Will Francis, he made an announcement that they'll be disbanding or something, or Aiden's like on its last legs or something. But they decided to make this album free. You can even find it, I don't know how, I don't remember how, but I know you can find it for free on the website that's owned by Aiden or monitored by them. But yeah, Self-Titled, I just don't like. Sorry about that. Now is Conviction.
She's real hot, but they said they never date her. Ha!
Last but least, Conviction. Before, it were my least favourite album by Aiden, but now the Self-Titled is my least favourite album. This came out in 2007, it has 11 tracks. Now, this is a letdown to me. A letdown. Because our Gangstack Oath, possibly the heaviest album they've done, in my opinion. And Nightmare Anatomy, the best album they've done, and probably the most melodic album they've made. At the time, anyways. And Rain in Hell is a fantastic EP. But Conviction, it felt slow, slowing down a bit. But the songs I did like in the end were She Will Love You, Teenage Queen, One Love, and Moment. But Moment is possibly my favourite song from this album. Yeah, so Conviction. I'm not the biggest fan of Conviction. My second least favourite, but at the time. Okay, so if you're counting main releases by Aiden, then Conviction is my least favourite. But out of all the releases, then Conviction is my second least favourite. Okay? So now, here is the end of the video almost. Alright, now the end of the video is here. In my opinion, Aiden is a underrated band. In the early releases, they went for like more of a screamo, emo type of style. But later on, they sort of like went indie, pop punk, hard rock. But yeah, I like Aiden. The earlier stuff is amazing, the later stuff is kind of shit, to be honest. In my opinion, of course. I did say it is all in my opinion. Now, before I go, again, if you want to see the shorter version of the tier list, I'll leave it after this section. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you whenever the next video is out. Also, the tier list is going to be here in a moment. Pause it if you need to. But if not, it's going to be on for like 20 seconds. But yeah, that's all again. See you soon.
You wanna get away?